Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back to Sports Scene on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television. Tim Alcorn, Joe Bach, that's B-O-C-K. He's in the back room making sure everything looks good to you. And, of course, what's going to look good to you this week is our very special guest. Now, there are people that have been on Sports Scene that I have highly anticipated and just really looked forward to interviewing, but none more than our guest this week, Minister Mike D'Angelo. Now, I am really looking forward to our conversation, but for you, my friend, this must be a dream come true. You're on Sports Scene.
Yes, I always plan on being here. I've been begging to be on Sports Scene because you're the best broadcaster, announcer in the United States of America. So I truly believe that. So.
Well, I have to say, this is an amazing opportunity for the both of us because I may ask you questions that the viewers have been dying to find out the answers about Mike D'Angelo. Now, first of all, you were sharing with me before we started rolling here that your time with Lorain and involved in high school sports, this goes all the way back to the late 80s.
Yes.
You know, a lot of folks see you strolling around and say, man, you know, how did this all begin? So, Mike D'Angelo, this is your life. So tell us about this. How did this all begin back in the late 80s?
Well, in 1985, you know, we had Raymond Harris, Jerry Evans, we had all those famous superstars, but I decided to come up at Judge Daniel Stadium and ask that, can I please help out? And at that point in time, they had their managers and stuff, so I decided to help out the main groundskeeper to help take down the boards from the press box and set up the flag, put the old markers on the game field, and I did a lot of things that most people don't want to do. And then I decided, well, an opening came up in 1988 as being a ball boy for Admiral King.
For Admiral King.
Admiral King. And
Tom Cisco was the coach, maybe?
That I don't remember.
But anyway.
But anyhow, we had, when I came in, Bill Provident, I think, left. I might be wrong on that. But, and then Tom Cisco was the coach, and we had Alton, Solomon, John Nesbitt, and we had a few other coaches, Jeremy Will. We had all these coaches that came on, and I enjoyed what I've done being a manager. And one day I became the head equipment manager, made sure that everything was loaded, and by walking from Admiral King all the way to Judge Daniel every single home game, it was fun. But I think we did take a bus and then loaded up on the bus, came back to Admiral King, and our home locker room was there. But anyhow, just setting everything up, tearing it down, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
So where did this love for high school sports come from? Like, do you remember how that all happened?
It was a passion.
Yep.
Total passion. I believe that God has told me, you know, being sports, it's the love of the game. It's for the kids. At that point in time, all those years that I've been, I'd say 37 years, being a loyal, dedicated manager, was a dream come true for me because the passion we're working for the students and the players, and got to know mostly all of them, and we had some ups and downs, but I enjoy what I've done, and I'm thankful, and I'm thank Thomas Cisco, John Nesbitt, and Mark Campo, and all those ex-coaches, and especially Mike Akers. We had our rivalries with Southview, but and then I went to Southview for 2 years, 2002, 2003 as a manager. But when I was with Admiral King for 25 years, setting up, tearing down, and then with Lorain High Steelman, blowing a siren for all the football games. I took over for a small kid and a father, and he didn't want to do it anymore, so I got to do that. So, but when Lorain High closed, it was just I scrubbed that siren, made it blue and gold, and it was so. I mean, it was a blast. But I mean, I miss all those glory years. And
but it branched out into other sports.
Yes,
because all of a sudden, no matter what sport I was doing for WEOL, I couldn't get rid of you. I mean, you were at the football games, then you show up at the basketball games, then in spring sports I see you walking around. So how did you end up getting involved with then the basketball programs and the spring sports? You know, as you said, were you just persistent? You just kept on asking people?
Roughly. And at that time, they had, I think John Ralph was coach, and I remember the day that I was on the bus, and he said, "Who the heck is that guy on the bus?" So, I mean,
well, I'm sure a lot of people used to ask who the heck's that guy.
After that year, Coach Mitch Gillum Sr. offered me a position as manager, and I took care of the uniforms, washed them, took care of them. I started in boys basketball for Admiral King in 1993, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun. We had our ups and downs. Then it was, I somehow transferred from Admiral King to Southview for 11 years because Michael Scott or was it Paul Bieber or Al Stacy became the boys coach at one of those years. And I was with Andy Bastock for so many years, then with Brian Corey, and we had our great years, 11 years with Southview. Rivalries with Admiral King and Southview, it was a blast. But I still got Southview gear, King gear, and then something transpired, and I decided to go over to another school, and it's called the Blue and Gold. It's right down the street, Clearview.
You're allowed to say it.
Yeah,
Mike.
Clearview.
This is on YouTube.
Yeah.
The whole world is watching, Mike. The whole world's watching.
So anyhow, I'm with Clearview, and Coach Mike Collier accepted me in for football, and this was my 13th year doing Clearview football, and I'm enjoying it. 8 years with Clearview baseball, 8 years with Clearview girls basketball for videotaping. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and I decided I'm going to come back again for Clearview football, and we're going to be playing all of our games at Judge Daniels, so because they're redoing our field, so making a fitness wellness center at the south end zone. But I'm happy that I'm with Clearview football, but this was supposed to be my last year for everything. But I told Mike I'm not going to let you down, and I enjoy sports. It's all for the kids, and I'm enjoying it. I'm 53 years old. I'm trying to do what's best for me, but it's mostly for the kids.
A lot of gas in the tank. 53. You got plenty of gas in the tank.
Since I decided God just told me just keep on doing it as long as I can. Now
you keep going forever, right? I mean, but I do want to say,
I'm going to do it. But my main goal, I got voted into the Lorain County Administrators Hall of Fame.
Boy, you and I are on the same wavelength here, and that's a rare thing, Mike. But you and I are on the same wavelength. You received a very prestigious award from the athletic administrators.
A few coaches,
tell the viewers about this.
The few coaches from Keystone, a few other schools have congratulated me on what I've accomplished all those years. Honestly, I think I worked for the past, I might be wrong, but I'm trying to think, I think 30, it's only my opinion. I think like 37, 38 years of sports, but it's my devoted passion. And no matter teams where I go to, you want to come over to our school? I said, no. But it's the love of the game.
So when you got word that you were receiving this award from the athletic administrators, tell the viewers what that felt like, and then, of course, when you got the award, what was that like?
I got choked up. I started to cry. In my life, I've been emotional all my life. Ever since my mom passed away in 2001, I've been so emotional in things. I break down too easy. So when I got that award, I thanked Brian Corey. Me and him had our ups and downs, but he's a great man. He's a great athletic director. Ray Eversaw, you're the man too, but me and Ray go way back. So God bless Ray, what he's doing now. But Brian Corey, he's doing great for the students here and the athletics, and he loves catching fish. But anyhow, but you
digress.
Yeah. That's the Lorain County Administrators Athletic Association Award was a dream come true. But my next step, honestly, and I know I got told there's 10 people ahead of me in a special category, is the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame. And I'm not going to go as long as Jerry Evans, but I just want to thank my coaches, the past coaches like Pat Zaroli, who's looking down on me. He's done a lot for me. When I was an assistant coach for him under boys soccer from 1993, no, not 93, 1995, 96, 97. And when Butch took over, I one more year, 1998, and then I went into baseball.
One thing about high school sports is the memories it creates. It's not necessarily, you know, this or that. It's a memory. It's a moment, and I'm sure you have a lot of those. But as you look back, is there a memory, Mike, that just stands out as far as when you were watching from the sideline or when you were sitting on the bench, you know, at a basketball game or whatever it may be? What's one thing or a couple of things that you go, I'll never forget that? 2006,
I know for a fact we won the Erie Shore Conference, I think. It was a Lake Erie League. I think it was a Lake Erie League Division Championship for Admiral King football. And somehow I lost the ring, but there was a ring that Jim Popio bought all of us, and he bought a championship ring for us. And it says 2006, I think, division champions or conference champions. So I'm proud of that, but the most thing I'm proud of in my past years is just beating Southview, beating Lorain High in football. That was my glory years back then. But my time standing in front, at that time, I wasn't with Lorain High at the time, standing in front of that door at Southview, being the first one with that #1 ticket, getting that ticket. So it was exciting. Like Coach said, there was a line wrapped all the way around. I mean, all the way. I mean, it was a blessing. But with me, I'm just happy to do what I can for sports, and I'm going to keep on doing it.
That's very cool. Now, you mentioned a lot of different coaches that you had the opportunity to work under and that were really gracious enough to bring you on board. But how cool was it also to be around the players? I mean, be around some of the great players that you've mentioned that are in the history of Lorain High sports, and to be able to watch them not only in games but in practices. How cool was that, Mike? And how cool was the relationship that you had with some of the players?
Well, there was a few players way back. #1 kid was J.T. Feldkamp. He played baseball, played football. A bright, young, a talented kid. And Matthew Rossitano, he played quarterback back in the day for Admiral King, and he was one of the best elite quarterbacks we had to this day, I still think. So, and there's other coaches like Jason, I forgot his last name, Pachuchik, I forgot it. He's a lawn-caring serviceman now, but he played basketball for Admiral King back in the day. Alberto Arroyo, Doug Taylor, I saw him just the other day at Mulligan. I don't know if it was Mulligan's or somewhere, but we took pictures together, and Michael Scott, Tim Torrance, all those great players. I mean, they're a great family to be with.
That's a key word.
It's a family.
Lorain, all the schools,
yes.
You know, the previous Admiral King and Southview and Lorain High, certainly. Lorain is a family. And as fierce as those rivalries are when they're playing one another, there's also a family type of attitude. Like, I'm Lorain and you may have been Southview, but when we're together, we're Lorain.
Yes. With Southview, for instance, Southview, we won that, I think, Erie Shore, or it was a Lake Erie League Conference Championship under Michael Scott, Brian Corey, and that was an emotional time for me because Southview ever won one, and we cut down the net. It was an exciting time for me, even at Admiral King, cutting down the nets at Admiral King Shop Palace. As always will be that, well, I call it the Titan Palace, but I enjoy what I do in life, and these kids are mostly family. I got one time that we played soccer, and I remember this moment I always will cherish. I walked in the locker room, and coaches were still outside, Les Gherkin and Pazzaroli. I came inside, they sat me down, and they rolled me up with pre-wrap and duct tape, the white tape. That was, and they walked in and said, "What are you guys doing?" So I remember them glory years, and it was a great time. It was a great time being with the kids, and with another coach who's really dear to me is John Ackersey. Jr., a longtime baseball coach, and I haven't seen him that much anymore. And another coach was Scott Rule.
Now, speaking of fun memories, I told you I was going to bring this up.
No.
Now, Mike.
Don't
Tell me don't. We're going here, buddy. We're going. So, what year was it when then Admiral King made the trip to Erie, Pennsylvania to play in the McDonald's Classic? You mentioned Doug Taylor earlier.
Yes.
Doug was on the team, Rashad Hannibal, and they beat Detroit Country Day in the opener. Now, who was in the hotel room? I think it was me, you, Jim Lloyd.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Now, Mike, why don't you share what your memories are of the McDonald's Classic in Erie, PA? Which was a great time and great basketball.
You got to shed some light on that in that hotel room. I just give me a clue.
Mike, what happens in the hotel in Erie, Pennsylvania stays in the hotel.
Well, I kind of, when you reach my age, you kind of lose it a little bit. So you lose your memory.
Actually, I think Wally Minnis was in that hotel.
Yes,
because Wally and I went for WEOL.
I just remember the day in the hotel room that it was just. I'm not going to bring that up. You bring something up, I'll finish it. I just remembered the day that we went in the hotel room. It was a hotel room that was me, Scott Rule, and Zach Wilhelm. And
that has trouble written all over it, Mike.
Yeah. So
and
what happened?
You were the ringleader, weren't you?
No. I was.
Minister Mike wouldn't be happy with that, Mike.
I forgot what day it was, who he played. But when I stayed in that hotel room, Scott Rue had a bed to himself.
Well, I would hope so.
So it was a king-size bed. But
that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
So I had a roll-up bed, and Zach told me, get out of the bed. So he got his bed to himself. I had to sleep on the floor. So, that tells you something.
Well, that's where I slept, in the hotel in Erie, because I wasn't crawling in bed with you or Jim Lloyd. I'll just tell you, or Wally.
Yeah.
I said, give me a blanket, a pillow. I'm going out on the floor.
My best time, honestly, at Detroit was just being having fun and enjoying the game. But my exciting best time was at Admiral King Shaw Palace when. At that time, I was kind of having fun in the bleachers, and I seen a kid do this, putting his feet through the bleachers, and I figured I could do it. Well, I got stuck between the bleachers, and I had Mr. Keith Clark, two other people try to get me out of the bleachers. So they think I was done with that. Well, I went to go get a popcorn, come back, and go back in the bleachers again, and I got stuck again.
You got stuck twice.
Twice.
But same night.
The best time I really had was being in that scaffolding at Admiral King, videotaping the Lorain High Admiral King. And we beat Lorain High to the Pope. So, and I like that. It was fun, great times. And I still remember the times how Mitch Giddum took off his jacket, threw it on the floor, and hit the bleachers with his foot. And it was fun.
I think I was there that night. Actually, I think I remember that too.
And then I helped build the platform up on top that we filmed from.
Yes, at the old shop house.
Yeah.
Yep,
so,
I remember that.
And like I said, I had exciting times, and it was enjoyable.
Now, in all due respect, so you're now Minister Mike, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but in your previous world, you were Mad Dog. Now, where did that name come from? Who gave you that?
1984 at Big East Pub in Lorain. At that time, we had the best rings in the United States of America, besides Buffalo. But anyhow, Big East Pub was the place to go.
I used to DJ there.
They had two pool tables. They had sumo wrestling. And at that point in time, me and Ray Baraga, long-time memory with Lorain High, we used to sumo wrestle. And
oh no!
Yeah.
Please don't tell me that's on YouTube. Well,
it
maybe
could
actually. Okay.
So anyhow, and then we had a chicken wing contest. It was between me and somebody else. 200 chicken wings in 15 minutes. Of course, I won, and I wanted odd drums, so I won the contest. 15 baskets of JoJo's, 10 large fries.
You did not do that in 15 minutes.
No, just the chicken wings only.
Okay.
And I had 2 pitchers of water, and I had a time limit. So But after that, I went somewhere and I had to stay there for a while.
Sumo wrestled.
No, but the few times we had sumo wrestling contests, and I went against our arch rivalry against Lorain High. It was Raymond Baraga, God rest his soul.
Yes, absolutely.
Long time.
Mad Dog. So where's the name come from?
Mad Dog came from Tony Contreras and Bubba Bryan, Scotty Bryan. They were there and they said, we ain't going to call you Mad Dog, the King Mad Dog. And when you go to South, he was St. Mad Dog, and right now it's Clipper Mad Dog, but now it's a different name. So I kind of making a tombstone that's going to say loving memory of King Mad Dog, St. Mad Dog, Clipper Mad Dog, that sort of thing. It's gone, perished. Most people call me Minister Mike.
But when people called you Mad Dog,
it was fun.
You liked it.
Since '84, it's always been Mad Dog. Well, hey, dog, what's up, dog? What's up, Mad Dog?
Hoof.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Then my other coaches were Dennis Fieldblad for Clearview Baseball. He took me in as a manager and assistant coach, so it was fun with him and Dale Cutting. So, but anyhow, Mad Dog was a legend.
Can I ask you what's the most wings you ever ate?
Well, right now, since I grew older, I only could eat like 50 boneless.
Well, yeah,
at Applebee's.
That goes without saying.
At Applebee's. They know my usual at Applebee's. I usually get Kraft macaroni and cheese, 40 boneless wings, and like 2 baked potatoes, crispy. At Ziggy's on Monday night, it's usually 2 steaks, well done. I mean, medium well. So, I mean, it's fun. It's fun eating, but I'm trying to kick back since I'm diabetic, so I got to watch what I eat now.
You do have to be very careful.
Yeah.
All right, so the other thing that you were known for was you were a big believer that you were going to hit the jackpot in the 50-50. I would see you walk around with a lot of tickets.
Okay.
So what's the biggest jackpot you hit?
Honestly, the biggest jackpot I think it was in Admiral King was $380. Really? Yeah. That was the most of Admiral King. Now, I remember the day that they needed somebody. And at that point in time, I had time. So I sold 50-50, the game ball, and I bought a lot of 50-50. I mean, I took a loss too.
It became a lay around your neck. You know how
I won about probably 25 basketballs in my lifetime at Admiral King. And that was it. But some of the balls I gave to Shipley because I felt sorry for the guy. But out of those 25 basketballs, I have probably 10 of them, dating back from Doug Taylor and all those guys, Landy Ransom, and that brings back memories. But 50-50 was 380. And then they decided to let somebody else run it. And I still won 50-50 because I spend the most.
Well, that's usually how it works, Mike. See, if you spent 380 to win 380.
So I mean, I usually go back then. I used to spend like a lot of money. That's the time I had jobs, working for North Coast Betting, Spitzer Plaza Hotel, Jim Wagner, Fed Bark Auctioneers, and Williter. I had all these jobs. Now they're no longer. They're all gone. But I just love what I do. I'm working for Rocky Island River now as volunteer, so I help.
To see that back this year.
Yeah, it is, and I got to be there about 4 o'clock. So I'm.
Well, I don't want to hold you up.
No,
so,
but anyhow, I'm just I'm proud to be in the city of Lorain.
Absolutely.
I moved here from Buffalo in 1980, and
Go Bills! Go Bills!
Oh yeah, Buffalo all the way. Even if they go to the Super Bowl, I'm still rooting for the Bills. So they need to get rid of.
Don't start playing GM now.
No, I'd really like to see a few players come to the Bills. Browns, they got potential, but if they're going against the Bills, go Bills.
There you go. I feel the same way. People say, you're not a Browns fan? Yeah, I'm a Browns fan, but I'm a Bills fanatic, Bills Mafia, you know, that whole thing.
I got the Bills helmet, original helmet, so I got the Browns helmet, but I had about 4 of those, and they all got stolen out of my car with all the signatures on it, but oh well.
So before we let you go, I know you got to be at work at 4 o'clock. Don't want to hold you up. So, Minister Mike, in all seriousness, tell our viewers about this and where this now brings you in life.
I decided to become a minister. God's led me to minister to people, to just to, how can I say this? Lead me to minister.
It's a calling.
To a calling to be a street minister. when I said I was going to cancel my sports, I decided to study books, a lot of books. There was probably 20 to 34 books I've studied, from Kenneth Copeland to Oral Roberts to our school ministry books. And the pastors there in our class really taught me well. Pastor Nancy, Pastor Teresa, Pastor Kathy King, all these assistant pastors that do our School of Supernatural Ministry at the time. Now it's called the North Coast School of Leadership. I graduated June 13th because I have accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, to be a minister. I put anointing oil on their hands, prayed for them, and the Lord Jesus Christ saved them. I have ministered to 88 people that gave their life to Christ, and they usually call me up, say thank you very much for ministering to us. You did a great job. They always say thank you for healing my daughter and my wife and me. I said, it wasn't me. It was the Lord Jesus Christ that healed you. And they felt, out of the 88 people, 65 of them felt the anointing of God going up their arms, the healing. It's a healing process as long as you believe in Him and seek His face. You know, you walk by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. So, and I always believe, knock, the door open, seek and you shall find. The door already opened for me, and seek, and I already found it. I found the loving of God to preach. And I always will keep on preaching until the Lord lead me to the glory upstairs.
There
but
you go.
I love preaching. I wish my mom was here to see this.
She does.
And
she sees it.
I got my certificates, and I can marry whoever I need to marry. So I'm happy to be a minister, and one day down the road, I'll find my own church. I'm looking at my own deacons, my elders, my ushers, and so forth. But at this point in time, I'm just going to be a street minister. It doesn't matter where I go. I'll go in a bad side of town, but I'm going to go in there and get these people saved before God comes. And God is coming soon. So,
very good. Over the years, you and I have had a lot of laughs and a lot of great memories, but I treasure our relationship. Yes. I really do. And I know the people in Lorain and elsewhere in Lorain County treasure what you have committed to and what you have supported high school sports-wise. So again, congratulations. We talked earlier about your award and your honor from the athletic administrators. Very well deserved. And was it everything you thought it would be to be on Sports Scene?
I thought I would never be on Sports Scene ever, because
well, here you made it.
I'm glad I made it. I thank you for accepting me on the show. It's been a pleasure. It's been an outstanding time for both of us. And the guy that just left, God bless Coach Rossitano for what he's done, because he's took Lorain High to a lot of championships. I mean, two to the championship round, and we won our conference. And God bless him for what he's done for Amherst. He's going to do for Amherst. He's done great for Lorain. And God bless Matt Killian that's coming on at the helm. So God bless the other Lorain Sports, and God bless this school and the teachers and staff. And God bless you. And I wanted to say this, when you were at WEUL Radio, I've known you since OBL Radio. So, but God bless you and what you do for the Cavs. And may a lot of years be awesome with the Cavs, and I like to hear you, with being the voice of the Cavs. God bless Joe Tate. You know, he's looking down on us. Yeah. He's one of the elite broadcasters. Awesome. So he will be being missed, but you took the reign now. So
you got a long way to go before you catch up with Joe Tate being a guest on Sports Scene. Joe made a lot of appearances. I know. I got his picture at Mama Joe's Pie. So that's awesome. But it was fun seeing him. But anyhow, he told me I had potential, and keep your head up. And so you just keep on doing what you're doing for the Cavs, and God bless you, and may the dear Lord be with you always. So thank you, Mike. This has been a pleasure. Good to have you on. You've seen him at all these Lorain High, Southview, and Admiral King all these years. Mike D'Angelo, now Minister Mike. Boy, it was really fun to sit here and share some stories and some memories with him. Hope you enjoyed it as well. So again, thanks to Mike, and thanks to Joe Bach back in the studio. Biggest thanks, of course, to you, the viewers. Hope you enjoyed it. And until we meet again here on Sports Scene, so long, everybody.